Unbelievable.
Hey friends, welcome to another video. When I think about the Tour de France, so the toughest race there is in cycling, one of the first thoughts or connections I make is Alpe du Zwift, the most iconic mountain in this race. It always has a great atmosphere, this stage, and when I was watching it as a child, I've always wanted to climb the mountain myself, but haven't done so far. But Zwift has the Alpe du Zwift, which resembles Alpe du Zwift in virtual racing. So in this video I'm going to test myself on the Alpe du Zwift, and I'm going to find out how it is to do it as a 93 kilograms, so 205 pounds, 6'3", 192 centimeters tall guy who does not look like a Tadej Pogačar, but I'm really excited to test myself. I will need it. Alpe du Zwift. Whoa. The race started with a short warm-up and I entered the race in category D. I'm always between category D and C, but usually more towards the side of category D, especially because I had to take a break from the cycling because I was focusing more on jiu-jitsu, and unfortunately I hurt my foot because of overtraining with running, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing. So I'm back to prioritizing cycling because that's, next to lifting, one of the only things I can do right now. But let's just say I'm not in the best cycle shape of this year. Well, then we finally got to the mountain and I started to at least go into the mountain with the front of the group. I was in the top 10 and started climbing with the pack. It was just very hot inside of the room where I was racing on my indoor bike, because it is very hot in Germany at the moment. I don't have any air conditioning and I was just starting to sweat really quickly. But the mood was good in the beginning and my legs felt pretty good. And I was able to go into the mountain and stick at least to the top 7 riders. And first had the goal of I want to finish, because I'm a competitive guy, this virtual race where the prize is nothing, basically, in the top 5. So I started pedaling, for me at least, very hard from the start on. And soon I was in a lot of pain, and I really wanted to push through the pain, because 5th place was very close for me, and there was just one guy who was always getting a bit away from me, and then another guy. But I tried to increase my power and lower the cadence a little bit and just use my strength to be a bit faster and catch them. I was getting closer and closer, but unfortunately it was really painful because of my foot to go out of the saddle, so I had to basically do it Jan Ullrich style. I want to be in the top 5. yeah, finally caught up. I also try to increase the distance between me and the former 5th place right away, because I know myself, if I have someone in front of me, it's always easier to push. So I just wanted to get away from him as fast as possible, being in a lot of pain. Technique was off, I was moving all over the bike, I was dripping sweat, I was really going over the limit, and yeah, just suffering my way towards the finish line.
I won't obey. You cannot tell me what I cannot say. I'm here to last, so yeah, I'm here to stay. I'll live each second like my final day. You can't take that away.
And then finally the finish, 5th place it was. So I reached my goal. My time was far away, 15 minutes away from the magic 1 hour mark, which I one day want to hit. Maybe it's my next goal for this year, if especially my foot injury is not getting better, because then I will focus on lifting and cycling quite a lot. So that's something I want to train for. And if you enjoy the video and want to see me one video in the future break the 1 hour mark, then subscribe to the channel, leave a comment on what your Zwift times are if you do the thing. There was so much sweat at the end of the race and I was completely exhausted, but the feeling afterwards is always the greatest feeling in the world, and you cannot achieve feeling so good by just doing nothing. You have to really suffer for it, go through the pain, but the reward afterwards is worth it. So whatever you do today, if you have a hard session ahead of you, always keep in mind the feeling afterwards is worth it. And Zwift is a great place, or cycling in general, to in a safe environment push yourself to a point like that.